Hello, everyone. My name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from round 3 of the Crossroads Classic number 4. If you live in the Midwest, you should be here. Maybe next year. Maybe we'll see you at 5. But we're super excited here for our next match, and my co-host for this game is
Luke Carrington of the Gold Squadron Paincast, also sponsor of not only this round, but this entire event. No, not really, but kind of.
As you're talking, I'm wiggling it because that's you talking.
Yeah, Dion is having way too much fun with my assets.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm here to have fun, okay?
Right. Everybody's here to have fun. We actually have a couple fun lists that look pretty fun to be flying today for this round. We have Steve Spikermans with the Rebel list. He's flying Thane Kyrell with Trickshot, R4 Astromech, and S-Foils. Wedge with Trickshot, Proton Torpedoes, R4 and S-Foils. And Nora Wexley in Y-Wing with Trickshot, Ion Cannon, R4 Astromech, Proton Bombs, and Veteran Turret Gunner.
Yep. And then Steve Spikermans, also known as Steven Spikes.
Oh, right.
In the chat. Thane Kyrell, Wedge Antilles.
I just said that one.
Oh, sorry, I must have missed it. I was reading.
You were reading Patrick Quinn's.
Oh, has Obi-Wan Kenobi. Patrick Quinn brought Obi-Wan Kenobi broadside and 2 104th Battalion pilots. So I'm curious, let's go ahead. Actually, I think we forgot to do this last round. Let's do it this turn. Our Choose Your Champion poll.
Oh, yeah.
So super easy to participate in this, guys. All you got to do is type 1 or 2 in the chat. It should come up here any second now. There it is. Choose 1 or 2 in the chat. So here's my question for you, good sir.
Okay.
If you were at home right now, you looked at these 2 lists, they're going head to head, who do you think has the edge?
I really think that Steve might have a little bit of an advantage here. I like Wedge at PS6. I like his Proton Torpedoes and that ability. Thane at PS5. Also, both of them have just the pilot skill advantage and just kind of that the abilities that the Rebel pilots bring, I think have an advantage over just the straight ARC 170s and potentially Obi-Wan. But it's really all about that initial positioning. So I would be voting for Steve to start off.
All right. I mean, yeah, those high initiative ships definitely can make a difference. Wedge versus Obi-Wan, that could be really bad if you can able to catch him with a Proton Torpedo.
Man,
that could be real rough. Remember, guys, go ahead, vote 1 or 2 in the chat. Very, very easy.
Obi-Wan has the Delta 7B title, so he has a little extra hull and a little extra shields on there.
But only having 2 agility makes Wedge go, now you're only 1 agility.
Right.
You get that Proton Torpedo off, all of a sudden you got 4v1. That could be bad.
And I think this is going to be, just like a lot of games where Wedge is fighting a lot of pilot skill 1 pilots. Mm-hmm. Our agility 1 pilots, we have it's all about how many shots on target, how many good shots on target Wedge can get.
Yes.
Because if he can start just making those ARC 170s not roll any defensive dice and have good shots, those ARC 170s are going to burn down faster than you think.
Absolutely. Trick Shot is out in Steve's list as well. I'd like to see how he utilizes that Trick Shot in order to maybe make some damage that's really going to stick here. We have the ARC 170 starting to head towards the center of the board. There's Orange banking in.
Yeah, Trick Shot might be a little hard in this particular map because we have just a whole bunch of really tiny rocks and gas clouds.
Yeah,
right?
The gas clouds are out there, and I think Steve brought the gas clouds, but Patrick brought the tiny little rocks, and that's to protect his ARC 170s.
Absolutely.
That's the reason why you bring those.
Right.
Now, before we get too much into the action, we did make the sub goal. I don't know if you guys saw earlier. We showed off the lightning ghost. All right, that we're going to be giving away if we hit the goal. The goal is, what did I say earlier? 150?
150.
150. And I did count up the number of subs we had beforehand, so they were added to the queue before we started so that we can hit that 150. And we'll have a couple days to do that. It'll be today and tomorrow. If it doesn't unlock, then we'll have to push it back to be Las Vegas.
Oh, and LVO in January. That's at the end of January. You guys are going to have to wait a while for that. So you better unlock it soon.
That's right. Unlock it now.
Right.
Oh, well, the 8-bit deity doing his work, doing his job. He just donated 20 subs.
8-bit, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
That's right. Let's get some gumboats in the chat for the 8-bit deity.
Everybody get some hype to 8-bit. And enjoy, and all of you that got subs, enjoy your emotes for the month.
That's right. And you get to unlock the video archives.
The replay archives. Yeah.
So then you don't have to wait for me to get it up on YouTube.
Right.
And watch it with ads. You don't have to. No ads. No ads for 30 days.
Okay, so what do you think of this initial engagement so far? Or this opening?
They're going to be beating up on each other here very, very soon.
Oh. Steve maybe jumping the gun a little bit on his on moving that ship.
He's excited. He's excited. And those S-foils right now are both open. Steve maybe thinking, wishing he had those wings closed on Thane, on Wedge, so that he could boost there. But Patrick says violence? Question mark? No.
So usually in a jousting situation that looks like we're getting it, someone is wrong.
Right.
Right. So in this case, kind of break it down for me, Mr. Guru of the game. Tell me who's the optimal jouster in this environment?
Right now, with our most likely engagement and the moves, Wedge is probably going to be out of the fight in the engagement. Because if you, even something as simple as like a one, that's too far, sorry. You do something like a one bank, you end up with Luke somewhere here, Thane, and Nora here. Wedge, if he does a 3-bank, he'll be able to get close. But if you go slow on Patrick's side, you'll be able to catch Thane just at range 3.
Right.
So if I'm Patrick right now, I'm going slow.
Right.
You go nice and slow. Don't overextend your guys. That means if with a 3-bank, Wedge most likely won't be able to get that target lock out there.
So at this point, would a turnout and kind of reconfigure where we're at? Would that be a more optimal thing? Go around this gas cloud?
Right. For Thane?
Yeah, for Thane.
I mean, at this point, you have committed to the center of the board.
So take it hard.
I think it's time to hunker down.
Hunker down, all right.
Hunker down. And also, you hope that Patrick goes fast.
Right, for
you
sure.
hope that if Patrick goes fast, then all of a sudden you're
in business.
That's right.
Because Wedge is going last, so he can get that target lock, get that torpedo off, and suddenly we might have a dead arc here.
That's
quick.
right. Man, our notification machine, I think finally it's just going.
Still working.
Still working. Just working.
We got like 6 left.
Oh, he deserves his props for every single one.
He deserves. I mean, 8-bit's been around in our community for such a long time. Like,
he's a good guy.
There are so many people in our that just consistently show up in all of the chats, every single event that we have, and man, it's so cool.
Absolutely. Here's a 2 straight from the Arc 170, so a little faster than I thought he's going to go. I think this is going to be good for Steve if he does the 3-bank with Wedge.
Right. And with that rock there, a 3 might actually pull trick shot off.
No, you're right. You're right. Like proton torpedo, nah, well, not yet. We can hold off for that. We'll just do a primary. Yeah, because right now that means that broadside is going to be most likely out of range. Won't be able to get.
And can you remind me what broadside's ability is?
So broadside, pretty awesome ability, able to add a focus. Let me go ahead and read it verbatim. Broadside, there we go. So broadside, while you perform a turret attack, if your turret indicator is in your left or right arc, you may change one blank to a focus result.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
We see Obi-Wan move really aggressively.
Oh, yeah, he's
fight.
going in. He's choosing violence.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get on the flank of Thane right there. So let's see what the move is.
One bank.
One bank.
Looks like Obi-Wan got what he wanted.
That's right, on the flank. Where's Wedge gonna go?
So we got an still open S-foil, so get Thane's action. Steve is thinking about it. So Thane has the option to barrel roll if he wanted to, which it looks like Thane is going to barrel roll.
Okay, so he's getting out of range 1.
Of Obi-Wan, but he's
might be giving Nora some room.
And he's also set up trick shot on this Arc 170 here.
They sure did. And Wedge, if he wants to, the proton torpedo can be trick shotted as well. So you can have a 5-dice proton torpedo if you want.
That seems pretty good.
I thought you were going to say that seems excessive.
No.
That seems excellent.
No, that seems great.
Yeah.
I think that any opportunity you have to roll more dice is better. But as you pointed out in the last game, modded dice almost always beat unmodded dice.
That's right. And we're getting a rotate action.
Oh, Nora deciding to
threaten Obi-Wan. Well, that's an ion cannon. Jedi do not want to be ionized.
Right, that's true.
3 bank. That should slot in there nicely.
So we called that. That was, I mean, really a nice move by Steve. Everything's like initial opening seems to be working out for him.
Does it fit?
Doesn't fit.
And it looks like it's being called a bump.
All right. So no proton torpedo, but looks like a probable trick shot on both Thane and Wedge.
Should still be 4 dice, assuming we're going into orange there.
Oh, Steve grabbed a green dice on accident, so he'll roll that and then re-roll it.
Does Wedge have... Looking at his options here, he's either going to go...
I think orange at this point is the
main
arc
target.
you want, right? Oh, he's looking for Obi-Wan. He does not have Obi-Wan.
Gonna go ahead and check it. I mean, here's one of the things, like, because he's tilted that way, like, it cost him the action, so it doesn't hurt to check.
Yeah.
And no, that's not gonna be an arc.
Although, you know, if you can get Obi-Wan early, you know, you might as well go for it.
Yep, absolutely. So. Is it obstructed?
Gonna be obstructed.
Gonna be obstructed. That's trick shot. And that is not a May, so he must throw. All right. All right, here's Wedge.
Yep, so 4 versus 2.
Yep.
Right, because you get one extra die for range 3, and 1 extra die for the rock, but you lose.
That's a good roll to hit crit. He's gonna take at least 2 shields here right away.
He's going to spend the focus, so just
takes a couple shields there, and that's on orange.
This is orange. Yep.
Nora's up.
So Obi-Wan has.
Is that range 1?
Looks.
Oh, well,
Range
I guess
2 on
Nora's
wedge.
not up yet. It's
Obi-Wan is
Obi-Wan's
firing
first.
range 2 on wedge.
Going at wedge. I think that's the right call. Hit, crit, crit. This can hurt.
Oh,
And it does. That's a crit going in.
Ouch. So 2 shields down on wedge. And
That's half points.
We'll see what this is. And this is, you know, I think that's a really good call on Patrick to go after wedge first.
Yeah.
Because wedge is by far the most dangerous portion of.
And it is a blinded pilot.
Oh man.
Wedge is sad about that. No mods unless he gets that cleared. So for anybody who's not familiar with that, blinded pilot, you can only mod your attack dice with the force.
And X-Wings, and this list in particular, doesn't have a whole lot of action economy.
No, it does not. It's pretty much about just getting in your face, focus or target lock, and go from there.
Right. He can still take the target lock to fire the proton torpedo.
Yeah.
He just can't use the target lock to modify the proton torpedo.
You can.
Even with blinded?
Oh, yeah, now. Sorry,
Right.
now that he's blinded.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, so decided to try to go at oh, here's the veteran turret gunner trigger here.
Oh, okay.
So he's doing both shots. He tried to go at the arc first, misses.
Veteran.
Here's 4 dice ion cannon into Obi-Wan. Clench time.
Got 2.
Hit crit. A blank out gives him ions. Oh, but
natty's
natties,
out.
baby. Get some natties
All
in the
right.
chat. Where my natties at? Where my natties at?
Maximus 515, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate it.
All right. 1 hit only from Thane. And gets that last shield. What was Thane's action? Oh, it was barrel roll.
Barrel roll.
Let's go ahead and get that last shield off there. All right, Arc 170. Get a judge call here to see whether or not the orange arc has a shot onto Nora. Can he clip that edge there? Reminder that Thane does have trick shot. That's why Thane had the 4th dice.
For those of you Denver folks out there, those judge templates were cut by John Conley, who actually made the trip all the way out here to hang out with us this weekend.
That's right.
So if you can come from
Evaded.
Denver, you can get here if you live in the Midwest.
That's right.
So, all right. And that looks like the end of the round. Players are cleaning up their tokens, and we're going back to Dials to set everything up.
That's right.
So what do you? So after that first initial engagement, we're hot and heavy here already. So who won out of that engagement? It looks like we got.
I mean, points wise, I think it tells the story right there. Patrick getting 37 points, and Steve only able to get a couple of shields off of one of the 104ths. Had some opportunity though. Like Patrick served up Obi-Wan range 1 in front of an ion cannon. That could have been really bad.
Yep.
That could have been really, really bad. You know, Thane had to barrel roll in order to give Nora the opportunity to fit in there and not take any actions, in order so that Nora can get actions.
And Nora spent that action to actually rotate her arc.
Exactly.
And not to take mods.
Exactly. So to threaten Obi-Wan, And then, Wedge, unfortunately, just barely clipping there hurt because you probably would have got that proton torpedo. Mind you, he did end up with 3 hits out of 4 anyway,
right,
on his primary. So it worked out there, but I think the sum of what happened was a little bit under what Steve probably wanted.
Oh, for sure. So what opportunities does Wedge have to get off that proton torpedo now? Because it looks like, I mean, that's still his goal before Wedge gets tossed off the, gets thrown at the end, or blown up by Obi-Wan. Sorry about that. My words were coming out jumbled. Let's see. So, where does Obi-Wan go here at this point? Does he just kind of fly off a little bit and just kind of swoop around? Get out of Nora's side arc and just kind of say, okay, I did my thing to start off. Now arcs, take it away.
It's been a pretty good strategy with Obi-Wan to. Obi-Wan is not Mace, so if you've played Mace as a Jedi, he's constantly like, I don't care, I'll flip, it's fine.
Good.
But Obi-Wan likes to not be stressed, and it has the Aether Sprite has enough hard turns where it's like, all right, this might be a turn where you would take off. Like if this Obi-Wan had taken damage, this is a turn where you would regen. Right. You would leave and regen. But right now, you just kind of do probably a bank move towards the bottom and just kind of bide your time from there.
I mean, Patrick is playing Obi-Wan extremely aggressively, though.
He is, so that might not be the case for him.
So possible sloop here. So instead of a 2 bank, you do a 2 sloop. End up right behind and go for it.
You know what? If you're part of the Church of Violence, I think that's probably what happens. All right, guys. I'm gonna take a quick timeout. Luke, I gotta use the little boys' room, so I'll be back.
Now you're here with me.
That's right.
So, all right, guys. Now we get the part of the show where I don't know what's going on. It looks like the Arc 170 took that too hard turn in. Pretty kind of blocking up this whole area. We got a rock right behind the Arc 170. So really, this whole section now is pretty jammed up. Patrick doing a really good job using the Arc's medium-sized base in order to kind of keep everything kind of gummed up. Broadside coming in behind, having a little bit. It looks like he had a little bit of a bump. Nope, just cleared. Focus down. And so now it's going to look like Obi-Wan with the 2 bank of sorts. And, yep, we called it sloop. Um, 8-bit, my partner and I are doing Vegas up on Saturday. Well, that's awesome. Good luck. Good luck. Church of Violence t-shirts, that's not a bad idea. That sounds pretty fun. Okay, Think Irel coming up here, doing a 1 bank. Will he be on the rock? It's going to be close. And it looks like yes. Looks like yes, he is going to be on the rock. Rolling for the rock right now. When is LVO? I think LVO is at the end of January, Phoenix. Yeah, this might not be a great turn for Steve. There's a pretty hard. They're playing some bumper cars right here. So 3 bank for Nora. Nora is trying to get through. Nora might actually be able to get through the Arc 170 and get through Thane and the asteroid and have a shot on broadside and not get shot by the Arc 170. This might be a really good spot for Nora to be in this turn. No, in fact. Nora looks like she's just going to bump. There might be space. We'll see. This might be a spot in a game where I would probably call a judge and just say, hey, can you tell me if this ship fits? Right. There's so much going on that just to keep the game state as clean as possible, you might just say, hey, judge. But it looks like they're doing their best to go for it. Lou, I'm not going to give you a sword right now. Maybe later. Thinking of trying to make Crate or Adepticon too. I will definitely be at Adepticon. Adepticon is my favorite event of the entire year. If you like miniature gaming, if you like hanging out, if you like going to Chicago, if you like painting, all that stuff, Adepticon is your event for sure. Who's loving Mandalorian? Blando 78. I am. I watched the latest episode. I loved it. It was so good. 8-bit, I'm doing Adepticon since it overlaps with some family travel back east. Well, you definitely make sure that you stop by and you say hello. I would love to meet all of you guys who are coming and hang out with all of you. It is one of, man, it's so fun. It's one of the best things that I do every year. So it looks like Nora didn't fit. Looks like Nora just bumped, which doesn't put Nora in the best place, right? Obi-Wan is right in the way. Wedge definitely bumped. And so we're, once again, Steve is up against it with no actual actions. And so this might hurt a little bit. So Wedge firing at Orange. We got 3 hits. And then just 3, so 1 hit, 2 crits. Panic Pilot, so Orange gets 2 stress, and Console Fire. So, you know, potential. We got a little bit. Wedge at least did a little bit of work on that arc. We're slowly getting that arc down. So that arc Orange is down by 3 hull, and we're gonna add the crit Console Fire, and then Panic Pilot just gives him 2 stress. So. See, I can do the streaming, guys. I just did that whole bit, bringing the hull down all by myself. Aren't you proud of me? I'm like a real boy. Looks like Nora gets her free evade. Oh yeah, Nora should have gotten her free evade. That's true. We can see if Nora's is a must or a may, and we can figure out if that needs to go to the. So let's look at Nora's card here really quick. When you defend, if there is an enemy ship at range 0 to 1, add 1 evade result to your dice results. Okay, so she just gets to add an evade. Gamer2 would just subscribe for 15 months. That's awesome. Okay. So this was the ion shot on Obi-Wan. Looks like Obi-Wan is okay.
I'm back.
All right, let me catch you up, Dion. So what wound up happening was.
Are the stats up to date? We good?
They are up to date.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
I know. I mean, I'm not saying that I can do your job, but if you needed a vacation.
Okay.
Right. No.
Here we go.
Maybe just on Mondays and Thursdays.
Maybe just on Mondays and Thursdays at 6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 p.m. Central. Right. So the arcs came in, and they pretty much gummed up all of Steve's plans.
Okay.
Thane got pushed on a rock. Nora and Wedge both bumped. Wedge came in.
Looks like Thane just took a shield.
Thane just took a shield. Wedge came in, got our orange Arc 170 crushed a little bit. And so now Broadside is shooting back into Thane. Nora once again tried to ionize Obi-Wan and it failed.
Oh, and he did do the 2 sloop, I see.
Yeah, he did do the 2 sloop. I called it.
You did.
Third time today. No.
Put it on the board.
Put it on the board. How many total players at Crossroads today? I think we have 65, something like that. Somewhere around there. 50s to 60s.
Yeah, we're somewhere around there. Actually, I think we can probably look exactly what that number is. 60. 59.
59.
59.
Almost Lamau.
If I jump in and play, somebody won't have a bye.
I mean,
You just said that you could do my job. I'll just jump in with 2 losses. It's fine.
2 losses.
Or 3 losses at this point.
Yeah. If you won't make cut now, you might as well just stay here.
Oh.
You do what you need to do.
Follow my heart.
Follow your heart. So right now we're trying. A judge was called to figure out if Broadside's attack on Thane is obstructed. So judge is just going to take a look at it, and we're going to figure out what's going on.
All right, I'm about to put up a poll here. I'm curious, specifically about the episodic series for Star Wars right now. Obviously, Rise of Skywalker is coming out very, very soon, in less than a week at this point. And I want to know which episode. Oh, Nora took a shield, not Thane. Sorry, I'll go ahead and get that flipped. Thank you so much for your help. I want to know, what's your favorite Star Wars movie in the episodic series? Not talking about the Star Wars stories, you know, Rogue One and Solo. There you go. And basically just respond with the number, with the episode.
What's yours, Dion? What's your call?
What's my call?
Yeah.
6.
Interesting.
Yeah. Return of the Jedi is my favorite one.
Is that because of the end flight sequence, the big giant space battle? Is it X-Wing related?
I find it to be the most engaging of all the movies throughout the entire movie.
Interesting. So
yeah.
So starting off with Jabba the Hutt and that whole excitement, and then the
Here we have an attack here.
Oh,
hit crit. Broadside's ability, change a blank to a focus, spend the focus.
Boom. Huge.
3 hits on a crit.
That is huge on an X-Wing. So.
And that is going into Thane, I believe.
Yep, and Thane does not have a focus because he was over a rock, so he is going to take he's going to take a beating. So he's going to lose all of his shields and take a hit and a crit.
And 3 ions. It was an ion cannon.
Oh, jeez.
So just
3 ions. So he's just taking 1.
He's going to be ionized
forever.
Well, no, it's only they remove all at the same time.
Oh, right.
Yeah. 1 shield on Thane.
Okay.
1 damage into Wedge.
So blue arc into Wedge. Range 2, it looks like.
3 hits, trying to take it off the board here. Natties
just taking 1. Wedge hanging on.
Believe he's down to 1 hull at this point. I think we're gonna see Steve count him out there.
Yep, so it looks like he's at 3.
All right.
Yep, but remember, Wedge still has blinded pilot.
That's right, so no mods.
We know that Thane is going to be doing this little one straight. He's going to be out of the fight next turn for sure.
Yep.
This arc doesn't have a whole lot to go.
Continue.
Oh, I was reading Utah Valley X-Wing. Tell Steve to clean up his area. That's a travesty. You know, players are going to play the way they're going to play.
That's right.
As long as they understand what the game state is, that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Well, I think really what's the issue is Steve's wheelchair is getting caught on the tablecloth, so it keeps shifting the cards.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's really the issue there.
And so we have this. So this arc is stuck, right? It's not. It might be able to go this way, but it is stressed out.
Yeah.
So even if it does a 2-turn, which I think is the right move, it's not going to have any mods for this next go. The blue arc, you know, probably you just create bump city there. Maybe you tactically bump.
Tactical bump, baby.
just to keep that blocked off, and then you use broadside, and you really want to get Wedge off the board this turn.
Absolutely.
I think Patrick really and Wedge desperately wants to get his proton torpedo off before he goes off the board.
Bringing something as expensive as a proton torpedo and not having an opportunity to use it feels bad.
Right.
Feels so bad. Now I still want to. We still have the poll up for your favorite Star Wars movie. We have, almost 200 people watching. We only got 30-something votes. Like come on, that's not a good enough sample size. Let's go.
Do you not have everybody in this chat has an opinion on their favorite Star Wars?
Absolutely. Just type a number. That's all you got to do.
So type a number, press enter.
That's right.
Personally, I mean, I am actually like not even like sarcastically meme. I'm very serious about this. Episode 1 is actually my favorite Star Wars movie.
That's fine.
Love the Naboo starfighter, love Darth Maul, and Liam Neeson. Come on, those are 3
agreed.
excellent things. And pod racing. I mean, as silly as the idea of pod racing is, that sequence when I was 10 years old was the coolest thing I have ever seen in my entire life.
Right, and I mean, and of course, like that came at a time where, it was not quite childhood, but it was part of your probably thing that got you into the Star Wars.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Into the Star Wars.
I mean, yes. Are there bad things in Episode 1? Of course.
Sure, there are bad things in all of them.
Right.
There's something you can compare. There's something you can critique every single Star Wars movie.
Yeah. Oh, someone voted Episode 1 just for me. Thanks, guys.
That was somebody else who feels the same way.
Hopefully. Or maybe I convinced them. Maybe I was like, you're right.
Like, oh, I'm in.
All right, so we're getting about all the dials set here. It looks like we're just waiting on Obi-Wan's dial to be placed.
Yep.
Which, I mean, this is a hard turn for Obi-Wan. The Fox just canceled me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Corgian knows. Episode 1 Pod Racer was one of the best Star Wars games ever played.
You guys want to know a little interesting fact here?
Absolutely.
My wife's least favorite Star Wars movie is The Empire Strikes Back.
Interesting.
She says, this one is boring.
I mean, I can understand that.
It has, I think it honestly, I understand there are some really cool things that happen in it.
Right.
There's some very iconic things. But there's some times where it has pacing issues.
Absolutely.
And that's where, like, she loses interest in that one. Like, we watch them through getting ready for 9, and she's like, I was hoping we'd watch 5 again, and it's been a while since we'd watched it, and we'd be able to just go in clean and be like, actually, yeah, this is actually really good. And she's like, there's cool stuff. She's like, Hoth is cool. I Am Your Father, cool.
Right.
But
so
let's go.
So my wife, not unlike you, loves music, right?
Right.
And the Star Wars music is really what pulls my wife into stuff, and so her favorites are Empire for the Han and Leia theme.
Yeah, that's good.
And Episode 2 for the not because Padme and Anakin, but because
Across
of the
Stars
Padme,
is amazing.
Because Across the Stars is a phenomenal musical piece, right?
Yep.
And I mean, episode
Bomb drop.
Uh-oh, Nor's. This is going to be dangerous for Wedge, I think. We'll see if Wedge actually gets out of it without this Arc 170 could bump Wedge into oblivion here.
It could.
The Patrick just noting that that he didn't realize Nora had a bomb, so hopefully this works out for him.
All right, so that Arc 170's eating a bomb.
Yep.
And his shields are down, by the way.
Yes.
So that is going to be a crit.
And he has console fire. All right, so we have but why can't Han pay Jabba and then just come back?
Jabba had to make a point.
Right.
At that point, it wasn't about the money.
When Dion pulls out the Marlon Brando Darth Vader voice, you'll know. You'll understand.
And there is a bump.
And even that, and even while Han was being chased by Jabba, you have to remember that it wasn't just Jabba hunting Han; it was Vader.
Yeah.
Vader was not hunting Han; he was hunting the Falcon.
Yes.
But I mean, at that point, that's just
that's semantics.
Yeah. I watched the first three episode movies with my son. He uses his Echo Dot to listen to Duel of the Fates all the time. He's 6. That's awesome.
Yep. My daughter also loves Duel of the Fates.
It's
Baba, Baba.
bum 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 bum. Yeah.
And then when it was dun 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 dun, dun just like that dances like crazy.
That's awesome.
It's like
so cute.
waving arms in the air.
Okay, so Obi-Wan is safe from the bomb.
Yeah, at this point, you can't get you barrel roll. I mean, I guess you don't know where Wedge is going.
So the I think the dangerous part right here is whether or not Nora accidentally bumps and then causes Wedge to bump. If they continue in this bumping train that they've been doing for the last couple turns, Wedge is in a very, very difficult position here. Oh, well, Wedge is dead.
Thank you.
Looks like we got a force spent in order to do a barrel roll.
Fine-tune controls, baby.
And a focus. So now Nora will move. Followed. Oh, Thane can do his ion move. And he's going to go over the rock and have to roll for that.
There it is. Let's see if he takes the damage. And
He does. So Thane is now shields down. Agents just subscribed with Twitch Prime. 5 months. Thanks so much.
30. We're 1/3 of the way there. 33.33%.
There you go.
To unlock the lightning ghost, we got to remember to show it off.
One third of the ghost is the Sheathipede. So
We're giving away just a Sheathipede.
right.
Ah.
So Nora doing a big bank. Nora's out of the way. Wedge might be out of the way now. Nora's just getting rid of the bomb, getting away from the bomb.
That's right.
Will she turn? Do you think she should turn her turret back?
Yeah, get some shots out there.
Get some shots on the.
You might be able to ionize broadside. Might actually have arc on it already, depending on the angle. Maybe not.
That's gonna be pretty hard. Oh. Careful, Steve. Oh, 3 Talon roll, looks like, by Wedge.
Going at, he's like, I'm getting that orange arc off the table now.
So, Wedge is only going to be taking a single, shot from, he's going to be potentially taking a shot from broadside and a shot from the arc. This turn, with only 1 hull left, that's a pretty dangerous position for Wedge to be in. And stressed. Not that he could use any mods anyway. Trick shot is going to proc for the orange Arc 170.
I just had an idea, Luke.
What's that?
Completely random, because I looked up here. They have Reapers in stock here.
They do have
We should buy some for the Paintcast.
All right.
Because you can't buy them like online anywhere.
Sure.
Remind me to do that.
I have my book right here.
Write it in the book.
Right in the book.
All right, bomb goes off. Let's see what the crit is for the orange arc. Structural damage, -1 agility. The wedge card. And here's a range 1 shot. Trying to make it happen.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna do it.
Does it? Wait.
Range 1, he doesn't get any dice. We're at 5.
Because he has structural damage and wedge ability.
Right.
So.
And
Oh, so he
yeah,
he
the
has,
104.
got,
So he rolled one. He rolled one hit with no mods. So we have.
Does the gas cloud happen after, though?
I have no idea.
The obstacle?
It's all part of the dice pool, right? Because the dice pool gets generated and then the dice pool gets rolled.
Dice can't reduce agility below 0.
Right. So
That's false. That's false. It actually does get below 0. The way the new rules are worded, so it's if after you do all the math, it's below 0, it just goes to 0.
Right. Right.
There is that statement in there, something along the lines. Thank you, Marcel.
Marcel, give it
for gift and subs. Ooh, 3 hits and a crit coming in. And that's Nora.
Nora shooting. Ooh, taking the 3 on the other 104th. Nope, sorry, taking the 3
should
on
be only
broadside.
Yeah, there's 1 shield. There you go. They got it.
Yep, on broadside. Broadside is now ioned, so that gives good information for Steve next turn.
Knows exactly where that's going.
So there you go. With this question about wedge and obstruction and adding dies and things, I think that would make a great quick tips video.
It would make a great quick tips video. Words. Tired. 4 coming in. This is another ion cannon doing some work.
Oh, man.
I think this is into Thane again.
I think so.
Takes another one.
Yep. 1 damage on Thane and another set of ions.
And that is half points. 64 points.
All right, so here's the moment where we see whether or not Patrick is decidedly in the lead of this game or not. With the Arc 170s shooting at wedge.
Now, Orange does have a shot still out the back.
Oh.
Can't underestimate those back arcs for those Arc 170s.
Yeah, there is a gas cloud in the way, so Wedge has a
3 dice and the effect.
3. Yep, so.
Blank to evade.
Does blinded only
Console
works for
fire,
attack.
no dice. One.
Just 1, so Wedge is safe.
Probably, unless he throws all eyeballs.
Oh, that's true. And he's safe.
Mazerim in the chat asking, did you have a holiday/Christmas concert at your school? We don't do a holiday concert. We do a winter concert because we have families of all different races and religions in our district. Very diverse. So I don't feel comfortable doing a Christmas concert. We do a winter concert.
And
got it, baby.
Survives. Good for this is okay. So this keeps Steve in the game.
That's right.
1 more chance for Steve to use that proton torpedo.
Yeah, come on, Wedge.
Although he is stressed, so
he's stressed and gonna hit the gas cloud next turn.
So there's no opportunity for a Wedge to use the.
Yeah. And that blue Arc 170 is going to be there to light him up.
Right.
Basically, with Wedge, you just got to do a 1 forward here. That's the best you really can do, and hope.
Just do a 1-4 just to clear the stress.
I mean, it's not even just to clear the stress. It gives you the best chances at a shot.
It's true. One bank potentially just to move this way if the arc is kind of swing around this way. If you're guessing,
I would stick with the 1 forward only because if you got cheeky and went the other way, you still have a shot with a 1 forward.
Right. I think Broadside gets away with this ion this turn without a whole lot of repercussion.
Oh, for sure. Just sets. I mean, his arc's where it needs to be anyway. He probably would have done a 1 forward anyway.
Right.
Now it's just no question. But going back to Majorim, he said his daughter's concert was interesting. Fun, though. Okay. And beginning band and orchestra concerts vary in quality depending on the curriculum and instruction in it. I don't know your child's music teacher, but I will tell you that there are people who are good at teaching beginning band and orchestra and making that first concert, attainable.
And just Pachelbel.
Oh, God, no. No, thank you. I actually had one of my cello players ask, can we play Pachelbel's Canon? And I'm like, do you know what you're asking for? Literally, the cello part is 8 notes repeated something like 50 times in a row. The same 8 notes. It's ridiculous. He was a one-hit wonder, though.
He knows what he liked.
That's right. There's a running joke like Pachelbel's Canon, like he's like, oh, Pachelbel's ex-wife was a cello player, torture or something like that.
Pachelbel is the Wham of the early. I don't know the century that Pachelbel was running around doing stuff.
I don't know either. Off the top of my head, 1600s, I think. That's kind of what comes to mind. Now I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, sure. We're not doing anything right now.
Hey, I'm a music teacher first.
Did you hear that, guys? You heard it first here. Also, did you know that we have a Patreon? 1706.
16th century. 1706.
No, 18th.
Oh, sorry, other way around. Sorry, I always do that backwards. My bad. 1706. Firmly part of the classical era. Musical facts with Dion Morales. And he does do the 2 hard that way.
He's maintaining console fire, not getting rid of that.
He can't. All that stress.
With only 1 hull left, I mean, it's eventually going to catch up to him.
A couple of people talking about Adepticon in the chat. Should be a good time.
Adepticon is my favorite event of the entire year.
We're doing our Gold Squadron pizza party again.
Yeah, we're doing our meetup again?
Yep.
Oh, so excited.
But I think I want to do it bigger.
Let's do it bigger. Let's do a thing.
Yeah, I want to do a thing.
So, guys, if you are in chat right now and you are part of the Gold Squadron family, just know that at Adepticon, we are going to be doing something super special to be giving back to you. Last year when we ordered a whole bunch of pizzas, hung out for a while, gave away a ton of stuff.
We did give away a ton of stuff.
A ton of stuff. And so I wouldn't expect this year to be a whole lot different.
Yeah, we're going to give away stuff and have free food.
And really, it's more of a chance that, we all get to actually be together in person.
That's right.
Which is something that we don't get to do as often as I think we'd like.
I forgot to take a picture last year. That's probably one of the biggest things I regret about Adepticon.
Right. This year, though, we got it. You should look into organizing a pub to watch day 2. Maybe. Gold Squadron is a family-friendly organization.
We are. So I mean, I'm not
opposed to it.
It's a restaurant, right? They sell food. The issue is in Schaumburg. I don't know if we could get them to do that. It's a pretty business-oriented area.
There is one restaurant, the restaurant that we went to last year. That's kind of
afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be possible.
We'll look into that. We'll see if that's a possibility.
All right. Nora threatening. No, sorry, that's his own ship. Just hanging out with Thane at the moment. Has an ion cannon pointed to the left down the board. Not sure if it has range to anybody.
So Bobby says, "Can I crash on your couch?" Bobby, you're asking the wrong person, buddy.
He's asking me.
If you wanna, don't ask Dion to crash on his couch. If you wanna crash at Marcel's couch.
This is true. That's downtown Chicago. Much nicer. Everyone get name tags for Twitch names.
That'd be all right.
Yeah.
I'd be in for it. That'd be helpful.
Like, oh, hey. All right. I think it's time for engagement. Oh, the bomb. Doing some damage there, taking a shield off of the blue and off of broadside.
Not quite to half points for any of the ships here.
Nope.
We have Wedge doesn't have anything, looks like. And now Obi-Wan will fire at Thane.
How fast did Wedge go? He must have gone 2 forward.
2 forward. Yeah.
Steve got a little greedy, looking for range 1.
Oh,
Whiff.
Obi-Wan with no dice.
Obi-None, baby. Obi-None.
All right.
Checking that range 2 band.
Looking for the, looks like we got the blue arc in range 2. So expect to see the ion cannon turret coming out for this one.
Has to get 3 hits through in order to actually ionize it, so for the ion effect.
So veteran turret gunner hasn't played a very large role in this game so far.
Only 1 hit. It is not.
Do you feel like, how do you feel about that as
1 damage does get through.
As a card for this right now?
For Steve's list?
Yeah.
So veteran turret gunner, I find, has the best utility when you have your turret arc in the front, right? So that you're using your front and the turret back to back.
Right. So you're essentially 2 ships.
Right. Exactly. It's when you're splitting fire. If your opponent has enough ships where that works, so like for instance, you're playing against like a vulture swarm or something like that, you got ships all over the place, then you can make it worthwhile.
All right, so it looks like we have a side shot from broadside. 3 hits. Broadside using his ability there, and 3 hits. Yep. And so 3 hits is going to kill.
That's Wedge is out because that was an ion cannon. So.
Did Wedge has 2 agility, right? Did he add a die with the gas cloud?
Did you only see 2?
Yeah, Wedge only rolled 2 dice. It looked like.
But it was 3 hits, right?
It was 3 hits.
It doesn't matter though.
Right.
Yeah. So Wedge off the board, and Patrick is starting to pull ahead here, 21 to 101. Orange gets away with console fire for another turn.
Wow. So range 2 obstructed. So 2 dice on 3 dice.
Just 1.
And Thane is safe for another round.
Yep. Back to dials.
So I'd like to see Obi-Wan get trapped here. I'd like to see I think that a Talon roll to the left on Thane is actually probably a pretty smart move.
That's actually, pretty strong. Okay, I just wanted to double check. Yeah, so Thane comes here, pointed that way, might be able to catch Obi-Wan.
Especially if you use Nora as a potential, like, do like a one bank with Nora. She has her ion turret already pointed this way.
Yeah.
You might be able to catch it. You might, as long as Obi-Wan doesn't go like crazy fast, you might be able to catch him.
Agreed.
Which would be, I mean, which at this point I'm not sure how much that necessarily matters. But if you catch Obi-Wan and then this console fire goes off, suddenly we have a game again. Right. I mean, Obi-Wan does have a lot of hull right now.
Yeah, he does. He's a thick boy right now with regen, but he is such an expensive ship that and just the maneuverability and the utility of the ship, that if you can get it off the board, it completely changes the face of the game.
Absolutely.
So have do you have your Rise of Skywalker tickets?
We do not. My parents decided that they are coming into town, and so we're going to all go see it together.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm likely waiting till Sunday. So if you don't see, so next Thursday, if you don't hear from me,
I understand.
Like you might not hear from me for a couple days.
No, that's fine. No, I'm going on a Facebook hiatus starting today. Like the only reason I went on Facebook today was to promote the stream. That's it.
Right. Yeah.
Like I deleted it off my phone.
And you're not
scrolling. No. No scrolling. You know, XPav brings up a funny point here. Here's we'll finish this up first. Hard 2 from the orange Arc 170. He's coming into the fight. Patrick saying, you know, he's lived this long.
Might as well.
Might as well just turn him in. This is most likely a K turn out of the blue Arc 170.
Yes,
it is. Getting that 3-die arc back into the battle.
Flying over the gas cloud with no consequences.
That's right. I mean, why take them if there are none? Broadside, 2-turn, still has that arc pointed to the left side, now pointed towards the top of the board.
All right, and let's see where Obi-Wan goes. One bank up. So if Steve decided to do that Talon roll,
that'd be pretty next level. Unless Obi-Wan boosts forward.
Or rolls. If Obi-Wan decides to roll, predicting maybe the Talon roll.
Darren, I'm staying away from. I have to stay away from my email too. Oh, that has blocked the Talon roll.
That has blocked
the 4K though. That 4K though.
4K.
Like,
this is some galaxy brain thinking.
That's right. Let's see what we got.
Called it.
Did he call it?
He called it.
He sure did. The block. Now, while they resolve that block, Darren, if you email me spoilers, I will disown you as a friend.
Ouch.
Yeah. I take this stuff pretty seriously.
It is. I mean, it's. You don't. Why ruin somebody else's fun?
That's right. Like, I was going to try to get you and Darren and Asa back together at some point, but I don't know if I can do that anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. And also, XPav said here, you know, I listened to GSP in the shower, and I was like, that's great. That's fine. Somebody asked me one time, like, is it weird if I listen to you, like, while I'm in the shower? I'm like, no. Like, I listen to the radio while I'm in the shower.
So this is interesting. Nora just did a 1 bank, and she is now threatening Obi-Wan and moving that arc. So now we have veteran turret gunner.
Somebody was asking about the giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
So now Nora is threatening Obi-Wan with veteran turret gunner and an ion cannon.
Yes. Double tap, baby.
That's potentially a big play here, especially since these guys are all pretty far away.
One of each.
So Obi-Wan
asking about Nora's right now and spending it, trying to get through that. Steve needs an evade. There it is.
Got it.
Only the shield.
Obi-Wan down to 1 force with no other mods. So with 2 shots from Nora, this is potentially a really good situation.
The ionization might be a real thing here. Here we go.
Okay,
1 hit on the primary. Has to spend the force.
All right, and that will proc veteran turret gunner.
It will. He's spending it here.
So is it worth spending it with veteran turret gunner and the ion cannon?
I think I would have held on to it, yeah. Because you want that for the defense of the ion. 1 hit. So it wouldn't have ionized anyway. And rolls the natties on that one. So ends up not taking any damage. Worked out.
Yeah. Good for you.
And broadside, no shot.
Thank you so much for the sub. Jazz isn't dead. That's right, Jazz isn't dead.
It's not. And you might hear it get a little bit louder in the room right now. Our game started a little bit late. So the round is done. We're just waiting for the end of this game. 2 hits out there. And got 1 there onto Nora.
So Nora's now down to 5 hull.
Sorry.
Pink, just helping out.
Oh, sure. Nope, totally understand.
All right. So at this point in time, with 7 minutes left in the round, Patrick has a strong lead on Steve right now. There's
He does.
I'm with Thane being stressed and down to just hull, and Nora not having the maneuverability of a Y-wing, right?
Yeah.
What are Steve's options right now? How does Steve get to the point where he can win at this point in the game?
I mean, at this point in the game, you need, with 6 minutes left, that equals about 2 turns.
Right.
At our current pace. And the positioning, you need to...
Hold on for the phone. Isophane gifting
What?
gifting 30 tier 1 subs. Isophane, the man, the myth, the legend, 30 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much, Isophane. You are just
A legend.
yeah, you're the man.
Legendary.
You and 8-bit are making this goal happen.
That's right. They said, we want the ghost.
So, okay, so back to what we were talking about. So we have,
after Isophane was like, hey, look at me.
we saw you. We see you. We see you. So this orange Arc 170 right here might kill itself.
It might. That would score him. That would get him up to what? Up to 42 points.
42 points. So we need 60 left. So so broadside is still pretty full. This 104th is still pretty full. Obi's still pretty full.
I think if you can get Obi-Wan in a fluke and the Arc 170 offing itself, does that even get you close enough?
I'm not sure.
That's 112. That would, if assuming you don't lose any more. No, it wouldn't. You'd be short still.
So can we do that? I mean, so is this doable in 2 rounds? Like, is this mathematically doable in 2 rounds?
114. Now, if he can, actually, yeah, if he can take out Obi and that 104th pilot without losing any more points, which he's actually 1 hit point away from losing half on Nora, Steve could win. That's his win condition.
I think that's a pretty tall order.
It is a tall order. You got to go all in on Obi-Wan and hope that Council Fire triggers on orange.
Yeah, hard. Also hard because Thane is pointed the exact wrong way.
And he's stressed.
And he's stressed.
Well, you got to pick up the pace of play and try to see if you can get the time in.
Yep. 4 minutes left in the round. So Black 188, yep, emphasizing our point, you actually have to kill Obi and half something. Oh, did we get a TNX, old Jester?
Shout out to TNX. His notification will pop up after Isophane's march on screen.
I mean, Isophane is Anakin at the end of Revenge of the Sith, right? Marching into that Jedi temple, slaying those subs.
Slaying the subs. I feel like we need to make a GIF, an animated GIF.
All right, so Obi-Wan moving in, potentially probably just trying to really have Nora make some real choices, not giving Nora a whole easy way out. So Nora's going to have to maybe do a 1 or 2 bank and then actually move her arc in order to fire at Obi-Wan, which he wants, because that's going to be an unmodified shot.
Yep, and that's been one of the hard parts for Steve this game, is that he's gotten some quality shots with Nora, but not having the modifications is what has hurt.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't mod those dice, especially having 2 shots a turn and they're both unmodded, versus a Jedi, like that's tough when they're leaning on the Force so hard.
So here we are for Steve here. Steve has his S-foils open, and he just did a 2 hard, which the R4 Astromech makes blue. So now it's really unfortunate that he has his S-foils open right now, because if he had them closed, we could potentially get a boost and a shot and have...
Maybe, yeah.
But he still might just be out. I don't know. That's hard.
I think he'd get a shot in the broadside, maybe like in the bullseye to be able to get the
Oh,
wait, that's the T70.
That is the yeah, that's with the bullseye. That's
yeah, I started talking about the T70, yeah.
It's so unfortunate we have S-foils in like all of them.
Right.
And Nora moving the opposite direction, and then spinning her.
Yep, and Nora going away there, anticipating that she needs a shot. That if she would have turned in, she probably would have been blocked. But I just think with the time left, that's the hard part.
Yeah, the most unfortunate part about this is that that ion cannon's only going to do 1 damage.
Yep.
Potentially setting up a shot for Thane next turn if he can get Obi-Wan ionized.
If they can get through it. 1 minute left in the round. 1 hit. Not getting any use out of those focuses.
Ugh.
Nora, range 1.
Tadpole Lights 26. I think the arcs are fairly costed.
Single crit.
Yeah, I mean, the arcs are seeing a lot of play.
Another evade.
Jeez. All right, broadside is looking to fire at.
Oh, looks like Raytheos is in the chat right now.
Raytheos.
Yeah, Raytheos, excuse me.
That's a guy.
Yeah.
Another legend.
2.0. Hit focus.
Anybody that spent any time in competitive X-Wing has spent probably more hours than they should on Raytheos' site.
That's right. All right, 1 evade, got it. And that's time in the round. The timer is going off at their place. They're going to go ahead and count up their points, but congratulations there. I think they still maybe have a couple of shots left.
Yeah. So
Orange, will it finish? It refuses to die.
So Patrick Quinn saving some MOV, and potentially a range 3 long bomb to Thane Kyrell.
Ooh, baby.
So 2.
And tries to finish it there. 2 hits. Can't take out Thane. Natties, baby, got it.
Doesn't matter.
Number Orange is a legend. When you don't want to take damage from console fire,
Big Orange.
Call on Number Orange to save the day.
I mean, we don't have Number Pink today, but
That's
Pink and Orange might be the strongest combo of colors that we have.
That's what I've heard. All right, Luke, I think you need to go get something in your hands.
I'll grab this.
All right, well, congratulations to Patrick Quinn, and thank you to Steven, both gentlemen, for playing. We're going to go ahead and do our giveaways here in a moment. We have some items brought to you by the Gold Squadron Paintcast. We got to show off just a little bit. Here we go. Oh, hold on. There's a pole. There's a pole on your face.
It's not the first time, too.
We can move this somewhere. And then we got to go get some food.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't be hanging out with you all the time. We got to eat. But we like you.
All right, there you go. It's right on your shoulder. It's like a little squid on your shoulder.
Parrot.
There you go.
All right. Check out this, guys.
Give it a second. There it is. Oh, hot.
Obviously, the sheath peat is removable. All right.
And painted in that same scheme.
Painted in that same scheme. All right. Boop.
All right. So that is when we hit our goal of 150 subs, which we're at 84 right now. We're over halfway there.
There you go. You guys, and we're only on day 1. You have until the end of day 2 to hit this goal.
Absolutely. So, want to thank Family Time Games and the Hangar 19 guys who are running this event, the Crossroads Classic. We got some cards here that we're going to be giving away. Go ahead, pick 3 of those, and we'll give them away.
All right, so we got our, we'll do our Resistance. We got our Ray.
Cool.
Looking good. Looking good. We got our. We had a Rebel list, so we'll give away another AP5.
Nice.
And we had our Republic list, so we will give away our Ahsoka Tano.
There it is.
Some awesome, amazing, beautiful art by Mark Moriarty. One of the best artists in the X-Wing community. He just walked by,
as he
so
walks
I'll
away.
get on him.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and give this away. All right, first card is going to be Ahsoka.
Ahsoka Tano.
3, 2, 1, roll it.
Tadpole Lights 26.
Congratulations. Now, how do they participate in the giveaways?
It's super easy. In order to participate in the giveaways, all you have to do is just type anything and then press enter or send or whatever. Just
anything at all. Just type something.
Put a thing in the chat and you're good to go.
You could even be that guy who types something in the chat. You could even be that guy, and that works.
Right. So that enters you in the chat. And when you win, type in !win and make sure to fill out that form completely, or we are not going to be able to get our stuff to you.
That's right. Next card, you got AP5. 3, 2, 1, get it.
Jagsba. Nope. Oh, we double rolled.
We double rolled.
All right, I guess we're going to give away 2 AP5s. So we'll give away both of them. So Jagsba was the first one. I saw it. So Jagsba put it in, !win. And then our second winner of the Ahsoka is Julian91.
That's right.
So Julian, you are another winner. So !win.
Are you leaving? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Tell her to feel better from Dion. All right. All right, and Ray.
Our last one, Ray. We gotta get back our thing. Okay, here we go. And roll it. Tarharan, long time person, been hanging out with us for and he chats in the chat all the time.
That's right. May 2017. I wonder who was the first person to click follow. Like, I wish there was a way to go back and see, like, who was the first person who was like, this might be something.
That was probably a test for you.
No, actually, no. I didn't. I didn't follow myself until recently.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, make sure you put !win in the chat if you've won, and those were our giveaways. And make sure that you we'll be back soonish, and unknown, but
yeah,
hang on, and we'll get there. And
there's a sub goal.
Yep,
right there. That number just changed when we brought that up?
Yeah.
That was at 84, wasn't it?
No. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we were at 70.
Were we at 71?
Yeah,
Am I getting confused? Did somebody sub while we were talking?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
We're at 71.
We're at 71 right now. If there is a discrepancy, chat will tell us later.
Yeah, like, hey,
they're fine. They're keeping track.
Sometimes I have the Streamlabs sub counter has done some weird.
Right, freaks out.
Did some weird stuff sometimes. All right, guys. We'll be back in a little bit. We'll find out what the time, like, when are we going to be back? So it's going to be like round 4 starting in question mark until we find out. So give us like 2 minutes. We'll figure that out. We'll be right back.
Thanks.